Hello, it's Japan, and this is night 2 predictions of WrestleMania. If you haven't seen my first one, it should be up on the channel. Yeah, looking back at this, or like looking at this card ahead of time, it is rough to figure out some of these. I feel like night one's like, you kind of have a good feeling, but night 2, a lot of it is up in the air. So let's just jump into it. The first off, we got the Street Profits. They're calling them the Pride now. I don't know if that's just something that I saw in one thing, but it's not showing on this part, so I don't know. Against the Final Testament. This like rivalry is cooking, but like it really hasn't had a lot of time to marinate and really get any type of like story into it. It's just them kind of attacking each other. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just we haven't had a lot of time with it. I think the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley win. It feels like a pretty solid pick for them to win because they're just the bigger names here. I feel like it's just such a big thing for them, and I think like that would push them over enough and would give them enough time for like the Final Testament to still want revenge and still want to attack him. So maybe like a backlash match or something else down the line. So I think it would be good for them to win. That's who I'm thinking. Next up, we got LA Knight versus AJ Styles. I feel like it has to be LA Knight, right? Like it has to be LA Knight to win this match because he's been so over, and they haven't really known where to put him in. Because I feel like a really high championship, like the World Heavyweight title, the Universal title, it's not really in the realm, and then the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title are just like there, but like there's nothing that they can do. I would love LA Knight to dethrone Gunther. I think that would be a pretty good match, but they're on opposite brands, so they would have to be a draft to switch that up. So I'm still thinking LA Knight. I think it's going to be a really good match. I just feel like the way AJ Styles is right now, it's like he's kind of there to just put on phenomenal matches, and no pun intended with his nickname, but like just put on those good matches and like I don't think he's gonna have another title, like I don't think there's another title reign in his future with this, but there's nothing wrong with that because he's gonna have great matches and still get some like really good events and premium live events and stuff. So I feel that's how it's going. I feel like you don't take the momentum away from LA Knight. I think you give that to LA Knight and then you let him pave some way, if that's to the US title or to the Intercontinental title by SummerSlam, and take one of them. And then speaking of U.S. titles, we have a triple threat, which is Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. I feel like a couple months ago, or not even a couple months ago, even a month ago, when you told me about this match, I would say that Logan was dropping the title. But SummerSlam being in Cleveland has kind of put it into like, well, if he's still around, and it feels like he's long term. He feels like he's showing up to a lot more shows. So it feels like he's going to be around. And so I feel like he's going to retain here. My money would be on Logan Paul. Kevin Owens, I feel like, should be the one that wins it. Like, I don't think Randy needs it. I mean, they could still do a lot of stuff with Randy, and I would still be happy. This is the weird one where, like, other than Logan Paul winning, which even it's not that bad, Randy or Kevin would be perfect for this. I think Kevin a little bit better because, like, he has been playing that like upper mid card, and I think this would really just kind of cement him with that title, and he could have some really good matches and have some really good rivalries with a bunch of other people. But they're kind of like held back at the moment because he doesn't have a belt on him. So that's how I would view it. I would feel like Kevin Owens should win, but I think Logan Paul retains. That's my pick. I would be happy if I'm wrong on that one for sure. Next up, we got the WWE Women's title, like women's championship. Yeah, I don't know why I stuttered or didn't even know on that one. It's Io Sky versus Bayley, the Royal Rumble winner. This one I just feel like it should be a slam dunk Bayley. Like I feel like the damage control is going to get in there and try to mess with it, and a lot of stuff's going to happen. But I think Bayley just hones it in and wins. I think Bayley deserves it. She's put in a ton of work the last 2 years on a lot of different projects and even getting Io to this part, like, of being in there. But I think the title run's done with Io. I think Io's had a, I don't really know what's the best way of putting her title run. Like, I feel like I should do, like, title run videos and, like, talk about them more in depth of, like, was it a good run or a bad run. I feel like with Io's, it really is mid. Like there's some great matches in there and some great markers. It's just I feel like she got kind of sandwiched in between the Bianca and Charlotte thing, and I think if Charlotte would have stayed healthy, and they could have possibly had that where it was going to go with like maybe a triple threat or something, but it didn't happen. So unfortunately for Charlotte Flair, it's going to be Io and Bayley. I believe Bayley wins this. That's going to be my pick. I think it's going to be one of the most major titles that changes hands. So I do think that's going to be. I think like I don't see both women's titles changing, but necessarily. But this one I feel for sure should be the one that changes, and I think Bayley in there would have a compelling story of like a lot of the baby faces wanting to go after her because of her formerly being a heel, but then she trying to turn a different leaf, being a lone wolf. And I think you could get some good matches with Bianca and Naomi and Jade. Like there's some good baby faces on there, and still have like Asuka and Io Sky and Kairi Sane. Like they could all have matches too. So it'd be so fresh and could bring up a whole year of new stuff by having Bayley do it. So that I think Bayley would be the pick there. Next up, we got the World Heavyweight title. This one is a very interesting match to me because on paper, I feel like, I personally like Seth Rollins, so I would want Seth Rollins. That's who I'm rooting for. I feel like they're going to give it to Drew McIntyre. He's my pick. But I believe, and everybody's been saying this for months now, we get the cash in here. I feel like to compel the story and I think it would give, Damian Priest a boost if they're going to keep the title on him, at least until like Slam or something, that he goes, cashes in right after Drew wins. Drew has been talking about the title and just loving it. Give the title in his hands, have him cheering, and then have Damian Priest come there, cash in, and take that title off of him. It would be great. They would have a great backlash match because, they would have to, go back to that. And I think you could get possibly a chance where Drew could win the title at Clash of the Clans. When, Clash of the Castle. What is it, Clans? It's fucking the mobile app. I didn't mean that, Gus. There we go. Mobile app. So, yeah. I feel like that's the most compelling story to have it. Drew win, get it taken from, and then him try to go after him for the rest of the summer. And you could use Seth other areas. You could have Seth possibly be, kind of just in there doing some other stuff, giving him a little chance to recover also. All of that, I think, will be helping, help out the rest of the stories. And then last but not least, we have the undisputed WWE Universal Championship between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Now, call me Cody Cryberry, baby. Barry, God, I don't know what I'm saying on that. You can call me whatever. I want Cody to win. It's just plain and simple. I believe he deserves it. He's put in phenomenal work since he's been back. And this year he's done so much stuff and done all of this stuff. To not win it just seems crazy. I just don't see where they go next with it if they don't give it to him. And it is just a jarring process. Like, he did sign a long-term deal. It looks like he's gonna be around, so like they need to put the title on him, and I just not 100% sure they're going to. We know the shenanigans because if it's the tribal rules, they're going to be all over the place, and that deck is going to be fully stacked against Cody. So him winning will obviously be amazing and awesome, but will it happen? It's hard to say. So I'm going to go with Cody. I got a Cody t-shirt on the way. I got Cody Seth Rollins t-shirt, which I've never really splurged on WrestleMania stuff, but I really, really wanted to. So I'm happy that's going to be the thing. So, yeah. Hopefully it works. But we'll see. We'll see in the long run what happens. But yeah, those are my videos. Check out the rest of the stuff at the page. We're gonna have that. I'll have like a tier list also probably like on Monday about all the things, and I also have other wrestling content, and I'm gonna have some 2K content coming out too for wrestling very soon. So if you like wrestling, there'll be stuff here. There's other gaming stuff. So if you enjoy, and just leave a comment on who you guys think is going to win and how hyped you guys are. Until next time, bye guys.